Hello, everybody. Jim Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Port. It is Tuesday, and the market was doing great initially, coming up in the morning, but boy, oh boy, we had a big reversal, and it looks as if we may be in for some more heavy weather. The Nasdaq did good today. And the ETF strategy looking pretty good. So, so let's get into it. And, the news of the day, big deal, is that Elon Musk is basically bought 9.2% of Twitter. And very interesting because this is causing the stock basically to move just tremendously and the tech area has not been the best area, but with this news, hey, it's looking pretty good. Look at that. It was in a downward trend, and all of a sudden Elon Musk comes in, buys it, and it's up. It's up about 2.2%. It's at 50.98 and looking pretty decent. It's still it's still in a downward trend. It's still kind of not looking good. Let's go to the live chart. For Twitter, TWTR, of course, is the symbol on Twitter. And this is an interesting chart. And why? Because it is showing that we have possibly reversal. I mean, very interesting. It was in this downward trend, basically, and with, they're banning everyone. So it kind of, this might give Twitter a new lease on life. It is closed right below the 200-day moving average. Now, obviously, still not a good buy yet because it needs to come above that 200-day moving average. But you know what? That might happen because look at the after-hours action, 51.56. So, I have been getting rid of my tech stocks, but, this might be, this might be up on deck. It's still got a pretty weak checklist with a 56%. Basically, it's off in a lot of areas, but this is giving me some hope here. Let's kind of go over to the monthly charts. You can see it's very, very volatile. Really, it's just kind of been all over the place if you look at the monthly chart, and even on the weekly chart, we can see this clear pullback on Tesla. So still not a buy here, but definitely a watch list on this one. So here's what I would do here's what I'm basically doing on Tesla is that, on Twitter is, it's a watch list for Tesla, excuse me, I keep saying Tesla, for Twitter, TWTR. So I'm watch listing this one now. I wasn't doing anything with it, before, but I'm starting to watch list this one. Maybe with this new management at Tesla. I mean, Elon Musk has a board seat. He now is the largest stockholder, bigger than Jack Dorsey. So we're going to see kind of what the deal is, with that. So very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, and it's going to kind of maybe a game changer. Who knows? So just watch this one. I'm definitely going to be watching it as well. Here's a stock that I did buy today. It's not in the tech. It's in the fertilizer area, and this is again part of the inflation trade. Did fairly well in this one. We came out. This is CF Industries. And it is a agricultural chemical area. CF is the symbol for this one. Very interesting stock, very interesting area of the market. And let's go over here to the live chart. Basically, what's going on here is that it came all the way up. It did kind of peak, and now it looks like it's getting some support. Right about $100 is where the support is. I bought today at basically 103.27. It's off a little bit from that, and it closed at 102.77, down a little bit, down a cent after hours, 102. $1.76. So hopefully I caught it in the right area. I think we bought it right at the pretty much right at the 10-day line. Let me just check to make sure that that's the truth. Yeah, I'm right about there. 103.28 is the 10-day line, and that's approximately where I bought at that 10-day line. So hopefully we get some support there. One of the things I want to show you on this that's very interesting is that it's in this agricultural chemicals area. This area of the market is very, very it's a good area of the market to be in right now, because it is the number one area, if you can believe that. It's the number one area currently in the market. And just a little bit later, I'm going to show you a heat map of kind of where I'm looking to buy things based on, kind of what's going on in the market in general. So, definitely looking to do that here. Here's a stock that I did sell today. I sold it again. Actually, I sold this one yesterday, and that is Berkshire Hathaway. And we all know that one. That's pulled back a little bit. Just wanted to check in on the ETF strategy. And the way this strategy works, very interesting strategy. Basically, with this, when the market changes direction to a confirmed uptrend, like it did on March 16th, that's when you go all in on the QQQ. That's what I did here. And then you kind of see if it pulls back to an uptrend under pressure, you go 50% out, sell 50%, keep 50% of cash. And if it goes into a market correction, you sell it all and you just wait in cash until it comes back to a market uptrend. Using this strategy, we are up a little bit today, which is nice. This is the running average of kind of where the QQQ is closed. And as you can see, overall, we are on track to for about a 7.8% gain over the year, that percent up that we're looking at, a percent up. So not a bad strategy. We pulled back a little bit today. As you can see, we kind of regained the trend line. So that is looking fairly decent. Just take a look here at the small portfolio. I did do some house cleaning today. Some things came off and some things came on, but basically I am pretty well set. I've got one tech stock, Arista Networks, ANET. That's up about 8.57% in about 29 days, about 30 days on that one. Hess continuing to do fairly well. That is also an integrated oil company, 4.62% up in about 19 days. You'll notice that the main theme of this is still oil and gas, so heavy into that. Also a resources company, St. Joe Company. They're the largest private landholder in the state of Florida. They're up about 2.6% in 23 days. Quanta Services, that's on the oil patch, not as doing as well as that one, 0.05 in terms of that one. And of course, down a little bit on Sinclair Oil, kind of a disappointment. Wanted to see that one move higher. Let's take a look at Dino. That's that is the stock that I did buy yesterday, DINO, and it is off a little bit. So not as excited, not as excited as I should be there. Oops, yeah, not as excited on this one. We were definitely off a little bit here. We did buy it, and hopefully we're going to get some support at the 10-day line, and hopefully this will be moving higher. It does have a fairly good checklist. It does have an 89 checklist. Also, on the technicals, it's basically right at the 10-day line. So hopefully we'll get some support here and go higher. We're above the 21, the 50, and the 200-day line. So hopefully that will do well. This is also in a very, very strong group in the market. This is the oil and gas refining and manufacturers, 21 out of 197. So pretty strong in terms of the look there. All right, well, let's get to, without further ado, let's see, these are the stocks that I'm holding currently. Well, let's get back to that in a bit. Let's go to some of the comments. Okay, can you explain the Fed minutes meeting are about? Well, you know what? I can't. I wish I could. wish I could explain these meetings, but I am not an expert in Fed speak. That's for sure. But what I do know, what I know is going to happen in the near future is we're going to see, we're just going to see a lot of movement out of. We're going to see that the Fed stop buying a lot of the bonds. That's going to raise interest rates. I just think we're in a high interest rate environment. I think that's I think unfortunately that's going to be that's going to be the coming thing. So it's not such an easy environment to really trade in right now. Of course, I've been saying that for a while. I am moving fairly strongly out of tech into other areas just because with this inflation, I think that all the strong categories are these categories that are that are being like the oils and those kind of things, very inflationary, very inflationary areas of the market. Let's see if I can pull up this list. I think it's called the heat map. Let's see if I can pull that up. Oh, no spreadsheets. Oh, okay. Well, it's not a spreadsheet. That's why. Well, it should be. Let's see if I can get that heat map up here. Hold on. And this is a very interesting one. I sent this out to the members of the Discord room. This is kind of giving us an areas to look at. And let's see if I can, yeah, there we go. This is the market strength heat map. And let's pull this up. Okay, there we go. Super duper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you this map. This is an interesting, this is an interesting map because it really shows us kind of where the strength is in the market, and where we should be looking in terms of to find the best things to be buying. Currently, let's see if we can move over here. Let's see if I can show you this. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see if it's going to let me. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm trying to a little bit of okay. So hopefully it's letting me go to the top. All right, there we go. All right. So basically, the number one area in the market currently, and I'm just going to kind of show you this, is oil and gas, energy, chemicals, agricultural, royalty trust, oil and gas, steel producers, mining, metals and ores, and oil and gas. So basically what this is saying, at least the way I'm reading it, is that the place in the market to be looking for strength, and I'm going to just come on over here all the way to today's action, which is March 4th. As you can see, this is all green up here. So basically the 20 areas of the market currently are related to energy and agricultural chemicals. This is one of the reasons why I've been moving so strongly into these areas. Why? Because it just seems to be working. As you can see, if we just kind of move down, the worst parts of the market right now are in the retail sector. So if we kind of move down, and so I kind of want to show you sort of how the market's looking, but this is, as we're getting down here, kind of, as you can see, the color is starting to change, starting to go to orange, and then eventually we're going to get here, where it's going to get into the red. But I want to show you the bottom parts of the market. Telecom services, integrated, retail, jewelry. Basically what's happening is that the American population doesn't have a lot to spend. Banks, super regional, that's also bad. So what's happening is that we have a lot of inflation going on. Not a lot of money, unfortunately, is being spent in the market, and it does look like, bank holding companies, that's another bad one. And we're just kind of going all the way down here. The worst, of course, is mail order retail, and then Computer software, educational is bad. Appliance is bad. I mean, retail, home furnishings, these are terrible. All of these are really, really bad. Credit card finance, that's another really bad area. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that right now, the market is signaling at least 6 months out. Remember, the market is a leading indicator. That means that it's looking at about 6 months. That says, unfortunately, if things don't change very quickly, we're going to have a lot of pain in the market. And what that means, of course, is that people are not spending. They're only spending on necessities. And so the best areas in the market currently are not in the discretionary areas. They're basically in, food, oil and gas, so it's food and transportation. That's where we're seeing the action. Oil and gas integrated. So this is where I'm trying to concentrate my buys. Today, I made a buy in the agricultural chemicals area. CF Industries is an agricultural chemical. They make fertilizer. Fertilizer is probably going to quadruple in price. So we're going to see we may see some shortages, believe it or not. I mean, I think that Biden indicated that, we may see some shortages, believe it or not. So not necessarily a great time to be in certain things. So you want to avoid things like retail. You want to avoid a lot of the tech. A lot of the tech is not going to do that well. You want to concentrate where the inflation is going to be. It's going to be in agricultural chemicals. It's going to be in energy. That's what the market is telling us. So that's why I'm trying to move in that direction. Now, of course, there's going to be some other things that happen, but right now, it is really a tale of two cities. I mean, we have good things happening in the oil and gas area. Everything else, pretty much not. So that's where you kind of got to be super careful in terms of the way it looks. Hey, Jim, what do you think about, did you talk about Tesla yet? No, I haven't talked about Tesla. You know what? And here's the thing about Tesla. I love Tesla, but you know what? I was stopped out of my position in Tesla today. Amazingly, I was stopped out of Tesla at 10.95. Let's bring it up. Let's bring up the chart and take a look, and I'll show you where I was stopped out. I was buying yesterday. Absolutely, I was buying, but that was not it was not working as well as I would have liked it. So I put my stop loss in again, and I want to protect capital because that's the key here in this kind of very volatile market. You want to be protecting your capital as much as possible. Here's the live chart of Tesla, and basically what's going on here is that we tested, we came all the way up basically here to about in the 1100 areas. I sold today at 10.95. I sold at 10.95. So I sold basically right at this level. If you can take a look here, that's where, and it's below that. Believe it or not, it didn't quite hold that. So we really, in order for Tesla probably to work, before we can buy it again, the real buy point is at 12.08. I was buying early here, but I liquidated my positions at 10.95. Why? Because it pulled back, and as you can see, pulled all the way back down. Now, it's going to probably make another attempt because Tesla's a very volatile stock, and it seems to be trading almost totally on news. So, and I'm probably going to try to get back in, but I'm going to kind of wait to see if it'll close above 1100. Why? Because that is a key level for Tesla. So right now, I was stopped out. I today, amazingly, I was stopped out at 10.95. So I was stopped at 10.95, and that's what happened. I I had my stop losses in. This is why I always play with stop losses. I came in as it was moving higher. Then I put my stop loss in and I pushed it up. And of course, I got out with a absolutely razor thin profit, basically one day, razor thin profit. Didn't really amount to a lot because, of course I was just covering here. So in this very volatile market, you want to be even setting your stops tighter than you normally would. Right now I'm setting my stops at 2 to 3%, which is very, very, very tight. All right, good question. Would you go long on Exxon Mobil? You know what? I might. And the reason is, let's take a look at Exxon. Why? Because Exxon Mobil is in the right area of the market. It's in that oil and gas area. And is it set up right? Well, it's not set up perfectly. I can tell you that. But it's set up as good as, it's set up pretty well. Let's go to the weekly chart. The great thing about ExxonMobil, it's not a particularly fast mover. Let's take a look to see where the technicals, see where the lines are. So we're just a little bit above. Okay, not bad. We have an excellent checklist. Yeah, I think, while it doesn't offer the greatest entry here, this is not necessarily a great entry because the last really solid entry was at 64.92, 64.02, excuse me. And then there was a follow-on cup at 86, 86.38. We're currently, let's see, at 56.38, but we're currently up here at 82. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit extended, but it is starting to look better. Let's see if I'm going to go to the 10-minute chart, see kind of how it's trading. Here's the thing. I think that you can buy it here at about 82. There seems to be some support there at 82 in the last few days. So here's what I would probably try to do. You might want to try to put in a limit order at about 82.10. That's kind of what I would do. So for ExxonMobil, you might try a limit order at 82.10. So that's kind of where I would probably come in. It's pretty close to where it's trading now. It's let's see, how did it close today? Let's see. So really, what I would do here is come in, right about here at this 21-day line, and that's where I would try to. That's probably where I try to put my my stake in the ground here. I do think it's going to reverse off this 21-day line. The 21-day line on ExxonMobil is. Let me just look at this here. The 21-day is at 82. Yeah, perfect. 82. In 82.18. So 82.10 would be a great limit order, because what I think is going to happen here, and it's up a little bit after 2 hours, it's going to come back to that 21-day line. I think it's going to get some support there, and I think it's probably going to go higher. If we draw a micro trend line here, that's sort of your trend line break. I'm going to set an alert on it. Hopefully that'll work. See if I can get it to work. Sometimes, it doesn't behave. But anyways, if it moves above that trend line, I think it's probably going to go higher. I do think that you're going to see with Exxon, I think you're going to see support right at that 21-day line. That's 82.13. So I would put in a limit order at 82.10. That's kind of where I would be putting in my limit order. And I think that you might do very well with that. I do really, in this kind of environment, I do really like ExxonMobil. I mean, it's a leader, and it pays a huge dividend, and that's in this kind of environment, where you really can't buy tax like you were able to. That might work very, very, very well for you. So kind of a good thing to talk about there. All right, Fed minutes. I wish I could explain the Fed minutes. I really wish I could. I am not a Fed expert, that is for sure. Where can I access this heat map? Thank you for that, by the way. If you're on the action trade alerts, I will be able to. I'll put this up after the show of the heat map. Everybody likes that. All right, that's sort of the treasure map, heat map. Okay, so if you want to get on that, the easiest way to do it is if you're signed up for the action trade alerts. And the easiest way to do that is right here. Just go to www.dallastradingfloor.com. Now, I think I can put up, just for grins here, I think I can put up a link to that map. So let me just see if I can get that up on the screen here. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Let's see if I can put this up on the screen here. I'm going to try to put up the link to this so that everybody can see this. And I'm also, if you're on the action trade alerts, I'm going to send this out tonight, but you got to be on the alerts to get it. So let's see if I can put that in here. Okay, come on. All right. I have to maneuver around. I've got a lot of these spreadsheets saved, and yeah, here we go. That's it. Great. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put up here a link that everyone can use. This is a read-only link, but it's a good one. And let's see if I can. All right. The share button, letting me do that. Being kind of cantankerous. See if I can share that out. Share it. My system's running a little bit slow. I want to get this heat map out here to everybody. Thanks for holding on here. There we go. Can view. Okay. Copy the link. Okay. So in order to get it, take a look at the and by the way, if you need to just screenshot this. Just screenshot this one for the heat map. So for the heat map, use this link. And this is kind of complicated, so you probably want to you probably want to just maybe screenshot this one. You probably want to screenshot this one. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to I'm going to put this up there for everyone, but it's going to be on the action trade alert. So this is the heat map link. This is the heat map link for it. So it's kind of complicated. And what I'm going to do with this is, if you get on the action trade alerts, we ought to be able to put it out. To get on the action trade alerts, of course, super easy to do. I'll just go to www.dallastradingfloor.com and just sign up for it, first and last name. And I'm gonna put out the heat map link tonight. It'll go out tonight, probably in about 2 hours or so after the end of the show. So I'll put out the heat map out there for everyone. Thanks again. And anyways, that's the link. So if you didn't get a chance to see it, just screenshot this one. You can just screenshot this link right here, and then use that, or you can sign up for the extra trailers, and we'll send out that link for the heat map tonight on the show. So thank you for that. All right, so let's get back to some of the questions. Thank you so very much. All right, can we re-enter NVIDIA at 280? Boy, I don't know about that. Right now I'm very, very skittish with many of the tech stocks. I just, they've just not been performing well, and I just haven't seen, I just haven't seen a really good movement on them. And unfortunately, today's action on NVIDIA doesn't give me excitement here, because it does kind of look like we've bounced off of the 21-day line, but we're still down after hours. So here's my thing. I think this is a weak reversal, and I just think you got to watch this one. I don't think you can re-enter it at 280. Just you got to wait for strength, and I know that waiting is one of the hardest things, at least for me, to do out there. So I just think for NVIDIA, you just got a watch list. NVIDIA is a watch list. And that's kind of what you got to be right now. I've got to be on this one because I don't think it's a strong reversal, and I think that unfortunately, it's not looking nearly as good as I'd like to see it. All right, buy the double bottom, and here's somebody from TikTok saying buy the double bottom on Tesla at 1072. Let's see if there's a double bottom. I don't think there is a double bottom though. I don't know which chart you're looking at. But I don't think it's a double bottom. As a matter of fact, I know it's not a double bottom because it's a cup pattern. It's a cup pattern here. So that's not a double bottom, unfortunately. No, that's not a double bottom. So for Tesla, right now, just reaching out to people on TikTok. Right now, I just think you gotta wait. Let's see if it can move above the proper buy point. The proper buy point on Tesla is 1208. That's the proper buy point for Tesla. Let's take another question from YouTube. Thank you very much. Let's see if there's support on MU. That's Micron Technology, MU. Just take a look to see. Micron, is there support? I wish there was. Jay. I don't see a lot of support here. There is support, though, in the consolidation base. So you could consider for this one, you could consider 98.45 as support. I mean, excuse me, wrong. You could consider, let's give you the exact price, 68.34 as the support, 68.34. So that's really where I see, at least on this chart, that's where I see support for Micron. So MU support is at 68.34. So and basically where that is, that support, that's down here at the bottom of the consolidation. Oops. That's right at the bottom of the consolidation. That's where it is. That's where your 68.34 is. That's where your support is. Now, currently, we're up after hours, but just up 1 cent. So it's pretty volatile. We're still in a downward trend on Micron. Unfortunately, we're below the 200-day line. So really, not a great place to buy it. I wish I could give you better news here because I like the stock. I just don't think that it's a good place to buy below that 200-day line. It's just doesn't look like we can buy it at that level. All right, let's look at MRNL. This is kind of the stocks that you should be looking at. MRNL. This is a ETF that covers. I'm sorry. I thought it was an ETF. Excuse me. It's Brigham Minerals. Excuse me. This is in the buy zone. So this one you definitely could buy. This is definitely where you want to be in the market. Oil and gas, 18. So this is looking good. This is looking good. I was confused. I thought this was a ETF, but it's not. I'm not that familiar with this chart, but this is looking good. It's right in the buy zone. This is oil and gas. I'm liking oil and gas. Very, very good checklist. 68. The checklist of this one, 89%. So yeah, this is looking good. This is a buyable right now. So this is absolutely buyable at the level that it's at. So I just want to see how close to the pivot it is. We're just at the top of the buy range. So right now you can definitely buy this. I wouldn't let it go too much further than this, but right now, MRNL is in the buy zone now. So this is buyable, and you definitely can buy it here. You definitely can buy it here. We're right in the buy zone. It's in a very good area. We're in the oil and gas. which is where you want to be right now in this market, because that's what's working. That's what's working in this market. So, boy, I definitely like this one, and appreciate you bringing it up. So MRNL, it's in the buy zone. It's really, right now there's not a whole lot to buy out there. There's not a lot of great setups, but if you're going to buy something, you definitely want to be in this area. You definitely want to be in this area. And by the way, hey, hi from Nepal. That's fantastic. I'm glad you're watching from Nepal. By the way, if you want to get the feed directly with the charts and everything else, super duper easy to do. Just go to my profile, click on the link, and you'll see YouTube. Just plump on that, and you'll be good to go. Also, if you want to get on the action trailer, it's very easy to do. Again, just go to my profile. If you're looking on TikTok, click on the link, first and last name and email address, and you'll be right on the list. We're probably going to send out the heat map. We're going to send out the heat map, and of course that's free for just signing up. What about AMD? All right, let's take a look at AMD. AMD, I wish I could. I wish I was in AMD. I was shaken out. I haven't been back in AMD since. So, I wish I could be more encouraging here with AMD. Definitely, it came down. It then reversed. It moved above the 200-day line. But I want to show you something here that is just absolute for me, and especially in this market, not a good thing. You can see where this red line crossed below this black line. That means that this is the death cross. So not a good time. Not a good time to enter AMD right now. It's just not working as well as we'd like it. So not a good time to enter AMD right now. And that, AMD is a great chip company, but just not a good time to enter it. This section of the market not doing as well. It's still not doing poorly, 52 out of 197. So that's not terrible, the Fabulous Group, but they're just better places to put your money right now. And the market is telling us that, we're going to see continued strength in some of the oil and gas and the minerals and the mining. That's where we're going to see the strength. So just tough to look at. We also have a question on Roblox. I doubt that this one is very good. RBLX. Let's take a look at this. I hate to be kind of negative Nelly guy, but boy, I certainly am. Look at that. It is a straight down. Just don't buy this one. Save your money. Oh, you just have to save your money. So I would not be a buyer of Roblox. This unfortunately, this is bad. The 40 days crossed below the 200-day, so that's looking bad. Roblox in general, this is just off the area of the market you want to be in. Gaming, computer gaming, it's in the bottom. It's in the bottom 20% of the market. So, RBLX is in the lowest 20% of the market currently. Part of the way I trade, everybody, is that I try to go where the strength is. I try to go where the market is telling me to go. Right now, the market is not telling me to go into tech. The market right now for tech is very weak. And Roblox, it was doing well, but the problem right now with Roblox is that it's in the bottom 20% of all areas of the market. So not a good place to be. Where you want to be in the market right now is in the oil and gas and the minerals and probably in the agricultural chemical area. Why? Because this is the area of the market that will do the best with inflation, and we're going to have tons and tons of inflation. As a matter of fact, I went to the supermarket today, was getting lunch, and a sandwich that cost 2 weeks ago $3.50 was $6 today. So absolutely incredible. It's going to be very, very, very bad. Unfortunately, I don't mean to be Mr. Doom and Gloom. I do recommend, though, kind of stocking up on some of those canned goods, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going to Winco and stocking up on those canned goods. It will be over eventually, but right now we're going to have a shock. This poor planning by our government, and the war, and just a lot of things, and the non-production of oil and gas. We thought we could get rid of it, it would be gone, but it just, you can't do it. You've got to produce energy, and so it's going to be tough. It's going to be a difficult summer. Gasoline is already over $6 a gallon in California now. I feel for you. That's where I'm from, California. And it's over $3 a gallon here in Dallas, which is one of the best markets in the country. There is a stock that I kind of like to point you to that I think may do very, very well in the next few months. And I hate to bring this one up. It's not at a good buy point, but it's ADM, Arthur Daniels Midland. And the reason why is because these guys, with the exception of Cargill, I think Cargill is bigger. These are the largest grain producers, grain, company in the United States. I think it's one of the biggest in the world. I think Cargill is bigger overall, but it's a private company. So this is the area of the market that's going to do well: food, grains, and related. It's amazing. I mean, that's the reason why you're seeing such run up in chemical fertilizers, which got a lot of their components from Ukraine, which is no longer going to be. They're not going to have a harvest, of course, in Ukraine, so that's going to push worldwide grain prices up. So this is the area of the market that you want to be looking at. Not a lot of. It's going to be a difficult summer for a lot of people, so we want to prepare. I think we want to be in the market is you want to be in the oils, and you want oil and gas, and then you want to be possibly in some of the foodstuffs. And that's not really exciting. I'd much rather talk about tech than that, but that's what the market is saying right now. Last one. This is U.S. Natural Gas Fund. This is a winner, I think, by the way. Thank you, Jeet, for this. ChewFit G. This is a winner. You could definitely enter this here. I didn't today, but I probably should have. This is an ETF that covers natural gas. Natural gas is a key input into, interestingly enough, it's a key input into agriculture, because most of the nitrogen fertilizers that we use the BASF process. I don't know if you're familiar with that company. It's a German company that allows it to fix nitrogen, and so it's made from natural gas. So natural gas is not only important for heating, and it's also how electricity is generated. So looking at this chart, I think it's a good place to buy here. This is buyable. This is a good one. Strong checklist for an ETF. Absolutely strong checklist for an ETF. It hits on all cylinders. So that's looking very, very good. And you're just in the right area of the market. So I would say go for it. This is, I think you could definitely move into this one. And I do like this one an awful lot. So I definitely think you could definitely move into natural gas. So this is a good nat gas play. UNG. So thank you for bringing that up to everyone's attention, Jeet. I appreciate that, because this is a very good natural gas play. Natural gas is going higher. You can see by this cup formation and this buy point here, it's going to go higher, and when it goes higher, then it's probably going to continue up. Let's see. I'm going to look at the weekly chart to kind of take a look. Yeah, we're just right at a really, really good juncture. This is going higher, 98 relative strength. Everything looks pretty darn good for this. So I think that this is a good place to get in. As you can see, back in 2018, when we had a little bout of inflation, you can see how high it got, and then it pulled all the way down, and then now it's starting to make its move up. So it's come through this cup, and it's looking very, very strong indeed. All right. Well, thank you very much. Thanks, Biden. I wish I didn't have to be. I'm not a political guy. I'm not a political guy, but it's sort of like very obvious, unfortunately. Very, very obvious. Okay, let's look at the last one, FAS. This is the ETF that covers financials. I'd be careful. I really would be careful because there's a lot of weakness in the banking sector right now. I know that sounds strange to you with rates going up, but there's a lot of very vulnerable big banks. One of them being, unfortunately, Bank of America. I don't like this one. I think you're better off in the energy ETF rather than this one. It's just my personal opinion. We have a little bit of a downward trend here, so I would be a little bit careful about this. This is a good way to do it. This is a bull fund, but I just don't think you want to be in it. I'm a little bit leery about the financial sector, especially with the potential for basically a debt explosion. So I think you're better off with this one, which is the XLE. I know I'm sounding like a broken record. I'm going energy, 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 but this is a much better chart if you're looking for an ETF. This is where you don't have to pick any of the drillers. You can just kind of buy it and sit and forget, hopefully. And as long as there's inflation, this one probably will do well. We had for quite a long time, we had cheap gas, and this didn't produce much of anything. But now that we've got expensive gas and oil, this one's going to do well. XLE. So you might want to take a look at this one. I may be looking to move into this one. So this is the XLE, and this is the energy. This is one of the energy ETFs, and so this is one I definitely think that you can definitely do. XLE. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to get up this. I'm going to try to get an email out there, probably going out a little bit later tonight, with the link to the heat map with the strength in the market, because I think that's so important to kind of see where the market is going, and just put it out there for everyone to see. I'm trying to use this as a roadmap for myself. I typically like to be in the text, but this is not showing me as much love as I would like in terms of the text. I mean, it just is not giving me the right signal for the text. So if you aren't already signed up for the list and you're active, please go to www.dallastradingfloor.com, first and last name and email address, and we'll get you that link out to the heat map, because I definitely think you want to take a look at this if you're looking to place any money right now. Because it kind of gives you a really good map of where the market is headed, at least in the next 6 months. All right. Well, thank you so very much, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I so appreciate it, as usual. Love doing this show. And I hope that I'll see you back here tomorrow. Please, please, please. I know everyone does this on YouTube, but please like the show. It helps me get out there to a lot of people. I'm trying to do a new strategy on YouTube to get out to more people. I know that there's a lot of people out there that would like to see this content. We just have to somehow get to them, and by liking the show, it really helps do that. All right. So without further ado, thanks everybody. See you back here at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Happy trading.